Buddy, it's Tammy with stampwithtammy.com, and I apologize, I did not get my video done last week. My poor little dog, 14 pounds, was attacked by a big dog, and we've been having to take care of her, so that's my excuse. So today we're going to make this fun card featuring the Charming Day bundle along with the Greetings for All ephemera kit. So let's get started. We're going to need a piece of soft sea foam, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We'll just fold that. And we have a piece of strawberry slush. It is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. No, I'm sorry. The white is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. This is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So it's about a 1/4 inch bigger. Okay, and then I have a scrap piece of white that I'm going to stamp my flower on from Charming Day. This is the red rubber stamp, and I don't know if you guys have heard, but Stampin' Up! Is going to discontinue red rubber. Starting in November with the online exclusive release, then they will all be photopolymer. And there you have your image. And then I'm going to use, let's see, Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush, and Soft Sea Foam Stampin' Blends. Now, I am not by any stretch of the imagination an artist. I'm just going to color the way I color because it's fun. Well, let me grab my glasses before I start this. So I'm going to use the dark Strawberry Slush, and I'm just going to kind of color where there are stamp lines, just scribbling. There's really no rhyme or reason to this because, again, not an artist. That's why I like stamping, because you don't have to be an artist. And then I'm going to grab the light Strawberry Slush and just fill it in. These are blends, so they will blend together. It's an alcohol-based marker. There are people out there, you could do a search on YouTube, that can make masterpieces with the Stampin' Blends. I make pretty cards, I think. I wouldn't call them masterpieces, but they're fun. Okay, now I'm going to go to my dark Pretty in Pink. I'm going to do the same thing on this little rose. Just like this, just around. And then go in with a light Pretty in Pink and fill it in. And then I'm going to use my dark, I always have to read them because they're the soft sea foam, you can't really tell the difference. The dark sea foam, and I'm just going to color kind of at the base of the leaves and then kind of highlight this vein. I like this Charming Day set because it's actually very easy to color. There's not a lot of detail. The leaves are kind of nice and, I don't know, solid. They're not a lot of, and then this is the light sea foam. Soft sea foam is the actual name. Just like that. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to cut this out with the coordinating dies. So voila, through the magic of television, there's my cutout one. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so now I'm actually going to bring in my silicone pad just so I don't get ink all over. I'm going to start with soft sea foam, And this is just a block. We had a shoebox swap the other day, and one of my downline brought a card. In fact, let me see if I can find it. And she created the background with a block. She used a smaller block, but I'm going to use this one. And you just stamp with the block. So let me show you how that works. So I'm just going to ink up my side, and then just like that. And again, I'm only using the silicone mat so I don't get ink all over this, because it might smear and get on my project. And then I'm going to go to Pretty in Pink and do the same thing. And you can do it at an angle. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with that. Wipe this off. This is just a cloth that I got on Amazon. And now we're going to go with Strawberry Slush. And we're going to stamp them this way. And there, isn't that the coolest background? So I'm going to put my ink away. Grab my adhesive, my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to glue this. We're just going to put our card together really quick. This I'm just going to center right on the card front, well, as best as I can. And then for the flowers, I'm going to put it on with, or I'm going to adhere it to the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. You can just put these everywhere. Better put a couple here in the middle, just in case you don't want the middle to sink down. Okay, now the fun part, just getting rid of all the backings. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this right about, yeah, let's put it right there. And then for the sending hugs, for this card I used hello. I'm going to use sending hugs right about there. And there you have a card, just like that. Let me show you the, so this is the stamp set, and it has coordinating dies. And then these are the greetings for all. This is an envelope I get from Stampin' Storage, and I have all my things. But these are the, well, you're not going to be able to see a whole thing because I use them all the time. But they have all these sentiments. There's one sheet of the black. I have a ton of them in here. And then there's 2 different sheets of the white. And so they have all kinds of sentiments. And it's so easy just to punch one out instead of stamping. Like, I love the white on black, and so this is much easier than, you know, having to pull out the embossing gun and everything. So there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will put all the measurements on my blog, so head on over there. You guys have a great day. Bye.